doing there, boys and girls? I'm back! I'm sure a lot of you thought I was dead, didn't you? Or at least seriously wounded, unable to call for help. Well, that wasn't the case. I was just away on business and my computer broke, which had all the gaming files on it. So we had to start from scratch. Apologies for the delay, but hopefully we'll have a Skyrim video out for you soon for all you to enjoy as a way of saying, oops. Whoopsie. This week, we're going to be looking at the top 10 PlayStation 4 mods. That's right, every mod on this week's list works on the PlayStation. Now, if you play on PC, don't worry. You'll also be able to access all these mods as we do our reviews on the PC version of Fallout. Also, if you play on Xbox, keep an eye out for this symbol, so you'll know if that mod's available for the Xbox One. Now, let's get to average baiting, baby. At number 10, we have WRVR by Casey. Now, being lonely in the Commonwealth is no joke, and if you're not careful, you can get raped by any number of mutated or non-mutated enemies. Now, I've been raped twice, just during the duration of that sentence. Oh, fuck. So in order to make sure that you're not getting that you're rape-free, fuck, shit, I need to take a shower. So in order to make sure that you're rape-free, it is important to always have a scavenge buddy with you at all times wherever you go. Now this mod does just that and adds a really well done companion to the game that will follow you around and make sure you don't get raped. Now the companion's name is Casey Kessler and she is the DJ of a new radio station that has been added by this mod. Now the radio station adds 21 new tracks to the game and is very well done. This mod is actually really awesome and the voice acting of Casey is seamless and fits in perfectly to Fallout. I downloaded this mod mostly for the companion as I heard such good things about her. However, the radio station is also an excellent addition to the game, one which should not be overlooked. Now, if you're playing on PlayStation 4, note that the radio station and the voice acting for this companion are basically non-existent, because Sony doesn't allow custom scripting in their version of Fallout 4, which is a huge bummer, but at least you'll have a new mute as fuck companion that will follow you around and stare at you confused as shit. Honestly, Sony really needs to stop being a bunch of bitches and allow modders the freedom to upload unencumbered by restriction, because this is just one example of many where PlayStation 4 players are missing out on what is truly an excellent mod, because Sony basically cut the mod author's legs out from under them. It's all or nothing, Sony. You can't just put in the tip and think you're Casanova, okay? Sony is really not winning any favors with the Fallout or Skyrim community, and this is precisely why. I rate this mod one guy who scares the shit out of gingivitis. Now 4 out of 5 dentists recommend doing the opposite of whatever the fuck this guy's doing. At number 9, we have Insignificant Object Remover by AK Celsior. When Fallout 4 first came out, I designed a mod called Significant Object Remover, which basically took all the important shit right out of the game. Diamond City, where'd that fucking go? Who knows? Needless to say, it still hasn't gained any traction, and I've yet to get one fucking endorsement. Now this mod author is clearly wicked smart and decided to remove only the objects from the game that would be considered insignificant in the grand scheme of things. Now this mod is equivalent to removing all the excessive porn off your computer that's just weighing down the performance. Maybe even get rid of that porn virus that makes your mouse cursor look like a big fat dildo. But that I may actually miss. This mod essentially removes all the insignificant objects that cause frame rate drops in the game, but are otherwise not very noticeable at all. These are items like excessive grass, rocks, and bushes. Basically, things that are nice to have in the game aesthetically speaking, but if it causes performance issues, then fuck them! Who needs them, right? This mod is excellent for anyone who wants to get more performance out of their Fallout game, which in all honesty is anyone who plays Fallout regardless of your hardware. Now for console players and PC players alike, this is just an excellent addition to the game that really makes the game run a lot smoother without really any noticeable change to the environment. So it's like win-win. I rate this mod one alpaca that gets 0 swipes right on Tinder. Is it my hair? Is that what it is? At the number 8 spot, we've got Outfield Retreat by Eleonora. Now, Eleonora is known for making some quality as fuck player home mods with details that would make any immersion freak just shit all over themselves. She is at it again with yet another great little addition to Fallout 4. This player home is like any homeless person's dream house. It's a huge step up from a cardboard box, and it shows, with all the space any redneck family of 8 could vouch for. It's got all the accommodations that really make trailer trash turn and take notice. Holy shit, this thing's got a working bathroom in here? You see that, Cletus? Now you won't have to shit in the woods anymore, son. Now you'll be able to drop a deuce without fear that a bear's gonna drag you off into the woods like you did your two brothers. This is fancy as hell. I'm gonna call my mother and tell her about this. Hey, Mom! Now this trailer does look great though. It gives you the impression that it's lived in and it has everything that the Wanderer would need in the post-apocalypse. All the details that went into this player home really bring it to life. This trailer might be small, but it does contain everything that you might need. And if it's not located inside the trailer due to spacing constraints, then it would be located just outside the trailer, like the barbecue or the power armor station. This is a great player home for anyone who likes everything in a small area, so you don't have to travel through 18 rooms anymore to find out where you left your favorite weapon. It also has cloud storage between workstations, so if you store something in one spot, you'll be able to take it out from another. Ooh, isn't that convenient? What I really enjoy about this player home is that even though there is a load screen, it still feels connected to the Commonwealth with the day-night cycle. The lighting as it goes through its day-night cycle literally makes me want to finger myself in the butt crack until I start crying, because it's just so nice. It's a great addition to the game that really feels like home. I rate this mod one fish that pretends to be fun, but then tries to touch your penis.
Hey there, sport. You want to come in my super safe cave and wrestle?
Yeah, I can't imagine why that wouldn't be weird. At number 7, we've got Placeable NPCs by Brad, EMN 650. Now, making friends in the Commonwealth can be tough, especially when you're always showing people Snapchats of you doing a helicopter motion with your penis. So it can be lonely when you set up a settlement beacon and expect people to show up to your birthday party, but no one shows up because they're afraid you're gonna rub your penis on them like you did last year. So the question becomes, how do you get people to come to your settlement when they're afraid of being abused by your wiener? Now the answer has been gifted to us by this mod author. Now you'll be able to just add settlers to your settlement via the workshop menu. No longer will you have to build rapport and pretend to be something you're not. With just the click of a button, you'll be able to become the coolest person in the Commonwealth. Oh yeah. Now this mod gives you the ability to add friendly and non-friendly versions of mostly all NPCs. So if you want to have a tea party with a bunch of Deathclaws, you can. Or if you want to have a bunch of super mutants watch you while you undress, well, you can do that also. Now they may not enjoy it, but they don't really have a fucking choice anymore, now do they? Now this mod is great for anyone who doesn't want to wait to build up their settlements one settler at a time, or wants to add some more variety to the type of settlers that occupy their settlements. This mod has it all and gives you the freedom to really go crazy in terms of settlement population. I rate this mod the face I make at nightclubs when I'm trying to convince women to give me oral sex. Oh. No, maybe later? Okay. At number 6, we have Realistic Death Visits by MM137. There is nothing more immersion-breaking than bad acting. Now, when you first start up Fallout, it can kind of feel like you're in one of those bad action kung fu movies when you punch someone and they go flying right across the room. Or you shoot someone and they go flying into outer fucking space. Well, this mod author attempts to rectify that issue and make Fallout 4 more believable in terms of the physics. This mod makes it so when you shoot someone with a bullet, it knocks them back in a realistic fashion, rather than physically lifting them off the ground. Also, dead bodies floating gently to the ground after being shot several times is no longer a thing. Now when you get into a firefight in Fallout, it actually feels like a shooter in the sense that bodies fall to the ground in a realistic way. This is one of those mods that you think you're just fine without until you actually install it. You play with it for a little bit and then you try to play without it. What in the shitty titties just happened to my fucking game? This is an excellent addition to the game for anyone who wants to add more realism to the physics of it all. I rate this mod 2 dogs hanging out with one really crazy dog. Hey guys, I know we just met and all, but I just wanted to know if I could live in your fucking basement.
We don't have a basement.
You do now! I dug it myself. Took me 7 minutes. Ha! At number 5, we have the Marlborough Mansion by Eleonora. Now, Eleonora is at it again with yet another great player home mod. Her player home mods are always so well done with a level of detail that actually makes angels cry. For those of you who didn't know, whenever stuff gets really detailed, angels have a good fucking cry. They get their cry on, you know what I'm saying? It's so beautiful, look how detailed it is. Oh my god, it's so detailed, I just pooed a little. This player home is 2 stories, and it's pretty much an open concept with all the ingredients to make it a one-stop shop. This house mod has all the essentials someone would need to survive for weeks during the post-apocalypse. It also has enough caffeine to kill a large baby or a really small adult. There is so much caffeine in this player home, it is unlikely that any sleeping takes place here like fucking ever. I don't know about you guys, but I actually like to snort my caffeine because every drug looks cooler when you take it up the nose. Except suppositories. They actually smell like shit and hurt my fucking brain. Now once again, the lighting in this house mod is something to be in awe of. The day and night cycles always make you feel connected to the world outside, even though there is a load screen that separates the two. The lighting is so well done, it brings the environment to life in a way no other house mod has. This is truly one of those house mods that once you go inside, you just want to stay there because it makes everywhere else in the Commonwealth look like shit. I rate this mod 4 orangutans who just discovered the internet.
What the fuck have we been doing with our lives, fellas? This is extraordinary.
At number 4, we have Scrap Plants, Leaves, Skeletons, and More by 3Iric. Now, I don't know about you guys, but for me, it can really create an awkward tone when you're trying to create a settlement player home, but you can't scrap the dead skeleton in what is soon to be your living room. Really makes for a fucked up brunch when all your dinner guests are freaking out because there's a dead guy by the fireplace.
Hey, Sarah, didn't want to say anything, but there seems to be a dead guy over there, and he's eyeballing the shit out of my one-bite brownies. What's the proper procedure here?
Now this mod does exactly what it says it's gonna do. It actually works a lot like spring cleaning or scrap everything, which are the PC equivalents that do the same shit. Now all the links will be in the description in case you do in fact play on PC. This mod allows you to scrap plants, leaves, skeletons, and other items that would have normally not been scrappable in the vanilla game, making your settlements look a lot better. This mod is a must-have mod for anyone who plays on PlayStation and wants to really clean up their settlements. If you are one of those people who is into settlement building, then you are definitely going to want to use this mod, as it does so much more than just remove dead bodies and plants and shit. Really, it gives the player the ability to completely clean up their settlement and start from scratch in that area, which is great because there's nothing worse than trying to build something somewhere and having a homely as fuck looking bush just kill your architectural strategy. I rate this mod 1 koala bear who's wanted for murder. Sure, he looks harmless now, but wait until he whips out his bazooka. That's when the mood in the room really takes a turn. At number 3, we have Sanctuary Hot Springs by Sympathy. This mod adds a very classy looking player home to the game. I mean, the hot springs kind of remind me of the grotto from the Playboy Mansion. Not quite as elegant as the one at the mansion though. Not that I've ever been to the Playboy Mansion, unless of course you count getting escorted off the property for sniffing the bushes. Then I've been a guest there frequently. This player home has homemade sexual harassment just written all over it. So buckle up, ladies, cause things are about to get weird. This player home is located just outside of Sanctuary and looks fantastic. Along with its outside decor, it also has a little home inside a cave which is really well done. This home is one of a kind with the lighting and decorations that keep up the cave-like continuity. Each room is well done with lots of detail that almost tell a story. It would be the story of a sad loner who lives inside a fucking cave, but a story nonetheless. What I really like about this player home that differs from other player homes is the fact that you can customize it with your own accessories. It allows you to scrap certain areas or portions in the settlement, and you can use the workshop menu to add your own take, which is great. Although it can be nice to have a player home already laid out for you, which takes away a lot of the tedious legwork of settlement building, it can also be nice to add a little part of yourself here and there, or remove something that just rubs you the wrong way. This is a wonderful addition to the game that is both immersive and fun to fuck around with. I rate this mod 2 trees getting their fuck on. Oh yeah, baby! And at number 2, we've got Unified Clothing Overhaul by Andrew CX. Now sometimes it gets boring wearing the same old thing day in and day out as you wander the Commonwealth. Sometimes it's just nice to spice things up with some yellow combat armor that just says, hey, look at me, I'm a giant crime-fighting banana. I don't blend in with fucking anything. Stealth and practicality be damned. Sometimes it's just nice to look completely fucked up, like a toddler just went arts and crafts all over your survival gear. This mod really captures that and gives players the ability to fully customize their armor and clothing using different color and symbol combinations. This mod expands your options for customizing items in the game. It allows you to upgrade all clothes, armors, hats, helmets, bandanas, and glasses with ballistic weaves and linings. Also, armor pieces can now be worn over all clothing and armor, which means you can now do a face mask helmet combo, which makes my wiener hard just thinking about it. Decal swaps are now a thing, so you can change the decal on your combat armor, which is pretty great. You can also swap legendary effects from one item to another, including items that don't normally have legendary abilities, like hats, bandanas, vault suits, etc. Furthermore, this mod allows players to type swap, so you can cycle most armor pieces between light, sturdy, and heavy variants. A crafting option has been added as well, so now many armors, clothing items, and weapons can now be crafted at the armorsmith or weaponsmith workbenches. This mod does require armor and keywords community resource to work properly, but any mod that makes you happier than Kanye West with a coloring book is worth a couple prerequisites.
Oh my god, a coloring book! Fuck yeah! Alright!
This is one of those mods that adds so much to the game it should almost be considered part of the game to begin with. The type of freedom this mod gives you in terms of customization reminds me of when I used to dance away my frustration, but I had just moved to a town that didn't allow dancing or rock music because of a local minister who was super square and not hip at all. But after about an hour and a half of dancing and jumping off tractors, I changed that old prude minister into a believer of tight jean dancing. The vanilla version of Fallout is that minister, and this mod is those tight as fuck dance moves. I rate this mod one hamster who got caught with his hand inside the cookie jar.
I know what this looks like, but I can explain. It was rap music. Rap music made me do it.
At number 1, we have Armor and Keywords Community Resource by Voldasil. Now, how many of you have tried to build a house without a foundation? Now, I have, and let me tell you, your neighbors will never really get over how fucked up and saggy looking your house is. Now, your kids, they'll get made fun of at school. They'll call them weird names like shithouse and fuckface. And your wife, yeah, she'll leave you for another man with a fully erect house. Baby, I swear, this never happens. Just give me 6 to 8 months and I'll get it fully upright, I promise. Now this mod adds the foundation for all other armor and weapon mods, making their transition far smoother to the Fallout world. This mod creates a standardized framework for armor and cosmetic keywords for mod authors to prevent conflicts. It also standardizes armor and cosmetic slot usage to prevent other conflicts. Now, workbenches are also added to utilize for crafting items that have been added by mods. Furthermore, it adds sorting keywords for weapon calibers to make it easier for weapon modders to set up their gun mods for dynamic sorting. This mod also adds sorting keywords for melee weapon types as well as the framework for color and decal swapping attachments. Note that on PlayStation 4, the armor and weaponsmith benches must use vanilla meshes because mod authors cannot package files with PlayStation 4 mods. Basically speaking, this mod provides the framework or foundation that other weapon and armor mods are built off of. This is just one of those mods that if you plan on using modded weapons or armors, you'll definitely need this in your load order. And although PlayStation 4 users may not have a lot in terms of custom meshes or textures, it is still possible to add modded weapons and armors to the game using vanilla assets. So this is still a must-have mod even for PlayStation 4 users. For instance, Unified Clothing Overhaul, which is a mod covered in this mod review, is a perfect example of a mod that utilizes armor and keyword community resources on PlayStation 4 as well as across all other platforms. I rate this mod one overly excited tomato. Holy shit, did bacon and lettuce just walk in the fucking room? Thanks again for tuning in to another Top 10. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to bitch slap that subscribe button and come back for more fun next time. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter for the latest updates on our newest content. Now, Twitter is really good because if we're behind or away, we can update that shit so you'll know when to expect the next video. Or at least know where we are, because we might need help. The link will be in the description. Hope to see y'all again next time for another Top 10.